My name is Valorie Kincaid, and I have 3 kids. They are ages, I have a 7-year-old daughter, a 6-year-old boy, and a 3-year-old boy. I've been married for 8 years. I live in Layton, Utah. Some hobbies I have are bird watching. I just started that this year. That's super fun. I like gardening. I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to think of things that I do just for myself because I'm so busy doing stuff as a mom that it's like, I feel like, do I have any hobbies? I raise kids. Does that count as a hobby? Yeah, I don't know. Well, my husband and I met dancing. So I used to love to dance, but now, you know, we don't do much of that anymore. So, but that was fun when I was younger. My husband loves swing, like East Coast swing, Lindy Hop, that kind of stuff. I love ballroom stuff, but we kind of meet in the middle with West Coast swing. I had some friends that were doing they had a Well-Educated Heart group that was going on, and one of the moms in there was starting with MDM, and she set up a cottage meeting, which I actually wasn't able to go to, but she gave me all the information. And then once I heard about it, I was like, oh, okay, this is what I need. So I knew, and after I'm almost done with level 1, I'm just finishing up the last little bit of it. And before I started, I knew, life was good, and I had a good marriage, cute kids, but I wasn't feeling happy, and I didn't know why. I didn't know, I had every reason to be happy, but I felt like there was something that I needed to change, but I didn't know what. I didn't know where to start or what was wrong. And so now going through level 1 and learning about the trauma triangle and being in the box and all of those things that we've learned in level 1 has totally changed how I view myself. And yeah, it's changed a lot, and it's been a huge help for me. Yes, I totally had an aha moment with leadership and self-deception. I was reading the book and I was like, I kind of get it, but I feel like I'm not fully understanding this in the box concept and self-betrayal and self-deception. So I was watching one of the pre-recorded video lessons where it's got the 4 members of the board talking about the book. And while I was watching that, someone said, we don't get value by doing, we get value by being. And when she said that, I was like, oh, okay, I totally get it. And and while I was reading the book and trying to figure out, I was totally I was in this moment where I was just crying, and I was like, if I'm doing this to myself, how do I stop it? What am I doing wrong? What do I need to change? I don't want to be doing this to myself. And so it was a really raw, I felt like the very inner layers of myself was exposed. And then I just finally had this moment where I could see, okay, I'm not viewing myself the way I really am. There were so many, I just saw layers and layers of misbeliefs just falling away, and I could finally see, okay, I am not viewing myself as having value. And once I saw that, I could see how I was in the box towards myself, and I was betraying these senses of things that I had to do for myself. And that led to justification. I would do things that I know that I shouldn't do, but I did them, this is all subconsciously. I did it so that I could justify my view of myself. And I could finally see what I was doing, and it's totally changed. I used to have you know, I used to think that if I did all these things that are considered good, then I would be a good person, and then I would have value and people would like me, or, you know, whatever. But after reading Leadership and Self-Deception and finally like understanding, you know, what it means to be in the box towards myself and what self-deception is, and self-betrayal, I finally saw, like, before I was thinking, okay, if I do this, then I will have value. But now the way that I talk to myself is, because I have value, I will do X, Y, and Z because I want to, and because it's good for me. Like with exercise, I used to just exercise to check off a list, and I didn't enjoy it. And so I wasn't very consistent with it. And now I tell myself, well, I want to exercise because I have value and I know that I will get benefits from exercise. And so when I'm doing it, I enjoy it, and it's a much more positive experience. Yeah. And I didn't realize that I have been doing this my whole life, that I have not been valuing myself the way I should. And I have not been seeing myself, you know, as a child of God, and as, you know, we hear I'm a child of God, you know, I've heard it my whole life, but finally there was this light bulb moment where I felt it, like I could feel I have value. And that was what has just changed everything. So I love having an accountability partner, has been like a game changer. And when we first started, we weren't very consistent because we didn't have like a set time and day. But then we started meeting with like a group. It wasn't just me and my partner. It was like a group of a few of us. And it was like at a set time, you know, Tuesdays at 2, this is when we're meeting. And so that has been a huge motivation to get everything done. And having other people to discuss these concepts with has been awesome. Because I tried to talk about it with my husband, and he hasn't read the books. And so he's like, I don't get it. That sounds great, honey, go for it. But when you have other people that have read the book and have had personal experiences with the concepts, like it's been amazing. We kind of joke that it's kind of like self-therapy. Like we're like our own little therapy group, and like we didn't know we needed therapy before, but now we're together and we're talking about these things. We're like, oh my goodness, I didn't know how much I needed this in my life. So I loved all the personality tests that we had to take, like different, like learning different strengths and different parts about myself that I didn't really know that I had, or I didn't know that they were considered strengths or talents. There's some things that I thought, oh, well, everybody's just like that. Doesn't everybody think that way, or doesn't everybody do that? But then once I found out, like, no, this is like a strength that I have, and I need to capitalize on it and focus on my strengths rather than my weaknesses. Like that's been a huge confidence builder, just because I would compare myself to other people and be like, well, she can do X, Y, and Z, and you know, she's great at this and she's so talented and she does all these things. And then I would feel, you know, I would compare myself to other people and not, you know, always coming up short and feeling less than. But now that I've learned that I have my very own little package of gifts and strengths and talents that God has given me to use, I don't need to compare myself to other people. I just need to use the strengths that I've been given and find out what God wants me to do with those to bless others. And that has been a huge confidence builder for me. And it's given me really great clarity, like where I should focus my time and my energy on, and where I will get the most results and the return on my investment of time and energy.